What's up, guys? Today I'm in my manager's studio that he's so kindly let me use. I've got this beautiful background going on here and my very fluffy hair today. Today I wanted to talk about what I do, what I love to do, which is modeling, posing tips, tricks, bits and pieces of things that I teach with my one-on-one students or clients. And kind of what I use whenever I am trying to get the best, most dynamic work. Should really get a microphone. Anyway. Let me just start over. This is my first YouTube video with my brand new camera. I've got the Sony ZV-F1. I'm still playing around with it, still figuring it out, so bear with me. Also still figuring out making YouTube videos. So here we go. Let's get into it. I made a list. First things first, if you are vertically challenged, or even if you're not, you want to make sure that you are exuding confidence when you're posing. And that means holding your head high. Now, I do not mean having your chin all the way up, because that's not always going to be flattering, or it may not be the overall vibe for your client or of your project, right? But you want to keep your head held high. Majority of the time, you're gonna want to keep it parallel to the floor or a little bit up and a little bit down. Especially if the camera is closer in, those little bitty movements will make a really big difference in your images and keep them dynamic and ever-changing. Point number 2. Along with keeping your head held high, the best thing to think of is like you have a string attached to the top of your head and it's pulling you up from the top of your head, pulling you up. And that will also help with your overarching posture. So think about a string basically like from your tailbone to your head, and you are not a piñata. Anyway, the little things that they play with, they make the, I want to say picnic and I want to say Pinocchio. Anyway, hopefully y'all know what I'm talking about. The little people that are on this, anyway, moving on. So that will help you with your posture, and if you can imagine that string going all the way through your body and making you have that better posture, as well as like, you know, keeping yourself elongated. Which is the next thing, making yourself elongated, especially if you are shorter, but even if you're taller, you want to look as tall as possible. That is the world of fashion, the world of modeling is tall, beautiful women. Now, it is changing and it will always be changing. We're now accepting all different shapes, sizes, heights, ethnicities, disabilities, all of that, which is absolutely wonderful. But everyone always looks better in pictures whenever they can make themselves look longer in the photo, as opposed to more compact, unless you're doing some sort of artsy, creative work, then you can get a little bit different, right? But the overarching thing is whenever you're elongating yourself, you're also filling the image, you're adding dimension, making it dynamic. For instance, I'm just here, right? I've got black men in black chair. But if I reach all the way out here or down here, I'm filling the frame in different ways to make it a little bit more dynamic by using my limbs, and also knowing what I'm portraying within the image, just because, I mean, that just comes with time of doing it and seeing yourself in the camera and getting the images back, seeing what works, what doesn't, which is one of my next points. Filling the frame. You want to fill the frame as much as you possibly can. So with your limbs, utilizing things like this, your triangles here with your legs and your arms and the rest of your body. Those triangles are really important for dimension and just adding shape to the body so that we can see your shape. And especially if you're in a garment, you can see the shape of the garment and the way that it falls on the body as well. Because if you have like puffy sleeves, you want to be able to see how puffy they really are, so you would want to keep your arms away from your body in different ways, which can be a little bit difficult sometimes, trying to keep that dynamic, but you just have to get a little bit creative. I always like to say, imagine yourself in a certain scenario. So for instance, if I'm doing something like this, I might be imagining that I'm like waving at someone, or that I'm blocking the sunlight or something like that. And then I would exude that energy of, hey, or, you know, leaning back, like blocking the sunlight, very ethereal, very airy and light. So you have to really be able to pick up on the vibes of whatever your shoot is, whoever your client is. I had to take a little break there, my camera died. Elongate yourself, number one, especially those of us that are shorter. I'm right there with you, but I'm always told in my pictures that I photograph a lot taller, and that has to do with me knowing how to elongate my own body and utilize my own angles. Number two, tip for elongating yourself. Think about a string attached to the top of your head from tailbone to top of the head and kind of pulling you upwards, and makes you longer and taller, essentially. Next one, filling the frame. Learning how to fill an entire frame with your body. So, you know, you can play on like things like this, and as long as a photographer knows how to capture it, then you will be okay. Not every single picture needs to be perfect. You just need to have those that are the ones, those money maker pictures is what I like to call them. Making triangles. On your triangles, these are your triangles, right? With your limbs, you can go up, down, then you're still making triangles here, still making triangles here. Do the same thing with your legs as well. And that will keep all of your posing dynamic. And that's really all I have for today. I hope that these were helpful. Feel free to leave a comment, like, subscribe, all those good things. I'm very new to making YouTube videos. Please be kind. I will get better and keep creating content. This is something that I've really been wanting to do for a long time, so I'm excited to dive deeper into it and share my knowledge of what I love with the world. Thank you.